Okie doke, so we're just progressing through these tutorials here. I skipped the one on the multi-texturing. We're just doing this one, which is GLM 8.18. It says you include these headers, which I did. Mine are nested within another folder. And then this is just the example, and then they start. It says do something more interesting. Scale and rotate the container from the previous tutorial. It does a single rotation. And this is the initialization of, we'll rotate the container by 90 degrees clockwise. Then we scale it by 0.5, thus making it twice as small. Let's create the transformation matrix first. Okay. Now at this point, I've got the transformation matrix right here, and later on in the tutorial they just say, let's, instead of a single transformation, let's rotate it over time. So I put it inside the main loop. But my point was I was going to say is you can create the transformation matrix with your initialization code. It does not have to be inside your main loop unless you do something like this, which we do later. Then it says, how do we get the transformation matrix to the shaders? Blah, 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 use a uniform. So we'll adapt the Vertex Shader to accept a matrix 4 uniform variable and multiply the position vector by the transformation matrix. Okay, so I went ahead and did that. I just put inside of my Vertex Shader, I added a transform matrix 4, and then I multiplied it times the vector for position. And then we added the uniform, multiplied the position vector of the transformation matrix before passing into GL position. Our container should now be twice as small and rotated 90 degrees. We still need to pass the transformation matrix to the shader. So we prepared the shader, now we got to do it. So this call right here gets uniform location from the shader. The name of the uniform is transform, so that's where it gets from the shader. And then GL uniform matrix 4FB actually sends the value to that variable. So first we query the location of the uniform variable, send to the matrix data, then it explains it, goes on. And then the transformation takes effect, and then he says, well, to rotate the container over time, I have to update the transformation matrix in the game loop because it needs to update each render iteration. So then you just put this in there, which I did, and lo and behold, we run it, and it's rotating. Okay, so we're just going to continue on. We're at the end of this particular section, and that was really good. I might do some of the exercises here, we'll see. But for now, thanks for tuning in, and be sure to like and subscribe. Leave your comments below.